I don't know if you have this, but like I definitely had the it's going to end tomorrow disease of like from the time Cumtown started doing well and we started making money, I was like, we're going to lose all our subscribers tomorrow, to like, oh, I'm getting a little internet heat, but no one's going to watch my special.
Yeah.
To like, oh, all right, the YouTube special did well, but no one's going to watch the Netflix special. Yeah. To, I could sell at comedy clubs. I think my agents are wrong. I'm going to not sell theater. And it's like, I finally just allowed myself to be like, you're fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's not going to go away.
Yeah.
Think critically. Pretend it's not you.
Yeah.
Pretend it's just a different guy's career that you're analyzing. It's not going to fall apart for you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so once I kind of did that, I was like, okay, I don't have to say yes to everything. And then where we started, where I was like, even when I was succeeding, I wasn't happy. So who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Now I've shifted more to like, I'm in a great place. I'm very lucky to be where I am, where the podcast and touring can sustain me. I don't have to do anything else. And I'll only do shit that I think is cool from now on. Like I'll do my own shit and I'll do anything that's cool, but I've turned down a couple like, you know, some acting stuff. I've turned down some like, you know, other opportunities because I'm just like, I don't want to do it. I just want to fucking hang out.
When you just go like, do I want to get in a car and then go get fitted for an outfit for this bullshit?
Yeah, exactly.
And like the fact that you don't have to. I mean, it's like a big shift in like showbiz anyway of like, you're not gonna make more money than you do touring another podcast. I mean, it's true. Like not impossible, but like very difficult. Yeah,
and part of this is just I also recognize that I kind of won a generational lottery of like a guy with my skill set born 5 years earlier, fucked. Born 5 years later, I'm trying to make man on the street TikToks. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But I was in the sweet spot where, I mean, we were I think we might have been the first comedy podcast on Patreon, Cumtown, when we started. And it was like, I just got in on podcasting. And, you know, shout out to Mullen it was his idea to do it. I thought podcasts were dead. I had wrong business. I was like, well, Marin, This American Life, Comedy Bang Bang, those are the only ones. And then, you know, thank God they were wrong. And then same thing with the fucking clips, dude. Like, as great as the podcast was, I was at the right place at the right time with a ton of crowd work clips, just randomly banked.
I'm going through a little breakup right now. Kind of sucks. That's all right. What are you going to do? I deserved it, you know. Well, thanks, Rick. What is the narrator of Christmas carols? Is like, it feels like the narrator of my life just broke the fourth wall. And there he was, doing pretty good at the comedy show and bearing his soul to the Texans. And though his self-esteem was low, he deserved the best.
I was working on a half-hour special.
You had them like edited, or you?
No, I didn't have them edited, but I was gonna get a half hour with Comedy Central when the pandemic happened.
Who?
Exactly. No, but I mean, the pandemic weirdly saved my life because I was gonna put out the thing that became my hour special.
Thank you, Wuhan.
Yeah, shout out to that bat stew you were serving up. But I taped every set I did for 2 years because I was, or maybe a year, because I was like, you know, obsessive comedy dork watching the tape.
Were you actually watching them?
I was watching my sets back, but to tweak the half hour.
Yeah.
I did crowd work because I just thought,
You'd fast forward to the thing that would make you tons of money.
I would be like,
fuck
let's
all
get this bullshit out of the way.
Yeah.
Which was how I felt. It is still sort of how I feel.
It's a lot of people feel that way that are real. You're fucking
Thank
great
you, man.
at
I
it.
appreciate
Some people,
it.
and I know people that are great at it, and they're like, I don't want to do clips. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But you're throwing away a lot of money
and
like a lot of attention. And
yeah, I mean, I always just saw it as like, it's almost like you should do this to connect to the audience before the stuff that's important of like, it's almost like it's like I always wanted to be a Michelin star chef or whatever, and I was like working on my main course, and then it's like, oh, but you make great pigs in the blanket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it turns out the market wants pigs in the blanket, and it's like or even not even less than like the chips you serve or your bread. It's actually what it is. It's the bread at fucking Outback Steakhouse.
And
it's that pumpernickel bread.
Some people fill up on bread.
People fill up on these fucking mongoloids.
Yeah,
are
your
filling up
fucking
on bread.
followers love fucking bread. These fucking monsters.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, these bread eaters are buying fucking tickets. I don't give a fuck. And so I just had all that shit banked. And I was like, all right, I guess to promote the special, I need something. So let's just clip all this bullshit. I don't want to burn my precious material that will save my life. So let's put out this bullshit.
The gold.
Yeah. And then we put out the first clip went crazy. And I was like, oh, this is weird. TikTok must be just trying to get, you just sign up. They want you to stick around. Like, I was like, the algorithm just whatever. And then just like 5 in a row did that. And then it just didn't stop. And I was like confused, but I was like, all right. And then it was insane. It was like, I still don't fully understand. Just again, right place, right time kind of shit with a bunch of stuff. So.
And likability. And I also think your clip, I'm always like impressed with your angles are smart. You like, there's a dumb, there's like the dumb thing you could have said. And then you say like this better thing.
Yeah. I mean, I do think, especially when you're coming up in like a small town, there's always the guy that's like the crowd work king.
Yeah.
And he's just saying slurs. He's just like has 5 ready to go insults for Indians, Chinese, black people. And it's like, because the reason I was doing it was I want to connect to these people. And also, you also want to subvert their expectations where they're expecting you to be like, yeah, nice, you know, your shirt's gay. And look, every once in a while, you got to call a guy's shirt gay. You got to call a guy ugly.
If it's got something on it.
He's wearing epaulettes. You know, like he's in the fucking army.
Don't come around me with an epaulette and think you're not going to get gay bashed.
But yeah, I wanted to get to know, I wanted to ask interesting questions and just, it's incredible how much you can tell about people from just a little snippet.
Anybody here role play? What do you do? Like her pet. You're the pet. What kind of pet are we talking? Are you just a human pet? You're a cat boy. Interesting. You put the ears on? Oh, not that far. Excuse me.
The thing about crowd work that's fascinating, even if you can do it well, is, first of all, it's so unfair. Because we're talking through a mic all the time. They're petrified of public speaking, and then we go, public speak.
Yeah.
And chances are that they're going to say something fucking weird.
Something weird or stupid
immediately.
Yes,
and then we're just like, okay, thank you. I'll take it from here. But you can tell, you can just guess. You also just get better at like pattern recognition and go like.
Cold reading. I feel like I really could. I honestly believe I could pretend to be a psychic. I think I could. I think I figured something out. And maybe I think that is another just kind of innate thing. I think without realizing that was a skill I had, that I could kind of read something about people. And you could just, off body language, off tone of voice, not even what they're saying. I think I've just gotten kind of like good at that. And, and then it becomes fun. And then it has become fun of like, can I find something really weird out about this person?
Yeah.
And you're right. You can't do the person that wants to be involved.
Oh.
It has to be somebody that's not really prepared. And still, you know, people go expecting crowd work, but
they don't think it's going to be them.
They don't think it's going to be them, but also like so many people don't. So many people are somebody's friend or somebody's girlfriend or just a guy who people still to this day will just buy tickets because they see a comedian. Even in a theater, I think just the culture for watching comedy.
I had that somewhere where I was kind of like, it was a 1,000 seater, and I was like, I was like, why are you here? And I think it's just a comedian.
Yeah, I think for whatever reason, again, I think
I've heard of him.
Yeah, I've vaguely heard of him, or like, a friend said he was good.
I have nothing else to do.
Totally. So you can still get people who don't give a fuck, and that's always fun. It's always great to be like, and yes, skip the initial easy one unless it's blaring, unless it's like staring in your face.
Shirt, etc.
But then see what you can get into a little bit. So, you know.
Hey, did you like that? Did you like that? Yeah, did you like it though? You want more? Don't want to work? Would rather watch videos of me grab-assing with people? First of all, go up here to subscribe, and then go up here to watch more clips. This is like when the weatherman says there's a high pressure system coming in. I'm not really used to the green screen.